Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Mr. Miyagi never existed during the events of the Karate Kid? So in this timeline, Mr. Miyagi would never be born. So Mr. Miyagi's father would never pass down the Miyagi-Do teachings. So Sato would never learn Miyagi-Do in this timeline, and those events would carry on. Sato would still be rich, and he would still have his many businesses, but in this timeline, he wouldn't have his karate dojo, and he would still be engaged to Yukie in this timeline. And without Mr. Miyagi around, Yukie and Sato would get married, and they would start a family. Those events would carry on, and Sato would still have a close connection with Chosen. So Chosen would never train Miyagi-Do in this timeline, and he would continue living his life, but he wouldn't be a bad person. Because of Sato, Tommy Village would be financially stable, and by the time the events of the Karate Kid would happen, Daniel would still move to the valley, and he would still be picked on by Johnny. Those events would stay the same. Johnny would continue picking on Daniel. Daniel will never learn how to defend himself. Johnny and the Cobra Kais would still train for the All Valley, and without Daniel competing, Johnny would still make it to the finals, and he would still win, and he would be the 3-time All Valley champion. So Cobra Kai would still win, and Cobra Kai would continue to expand and grow. Johnny and Kreese would continue to be on good terms. Johnny would continue training at Cobra Kai, and he would even be trained by Terry Silver. Eventually Johnny would be made a sensei, and he would have his own students. Those events would carry on. Kreese would continue training his students and teaching them to strike first, strike hard, no mercy philosophy. The events of Karate Kid 2 and Karate Kid 3 wouldn't happen. Johnny and Daniel would still go to college, and those events would carry on. Johnny would eventually get married, and he would start a family, and he would be living a good life. And much like Daniel was in the original timeline, Johnny would be known as a local karate celebrity in the valley. He would be known as the 3-time undefeated All Valley champion. Johnny would continue running Cobra Kai. Daniel would eventually get married, but it wouldn't be to Amanda, and Daniel wouldn't be as successful as he was in the original timeline. And by the time the events of Cobra Kai would happen, Cobra Kai would be one of the biggest dojos, and they would have various locations across the valley. Robbie would be a student in Cobra Kai in this timeline. He would want to carry his father's legacy. By this point, Kreese and Terry Silver would be retired. Kyler would also be a student in Cobra Kai. Miguel would still move to the valley in this timeline, and he would still be picked on by Kyler, but in this timeline, no one would be there to save him, so Kyler would continue picking on Miguel, and that is where I'm gonna end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Mr. Miyagi never existed during the events of the Karate Kid? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.